Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Now, I have been looking for a site like I just found for quite some time. There are so many people who just got into digital assets, and there's going to be a lot more that are just getting into it. And what we've had for, I would say, a great majority of people that are here and that are watching YouTube videos on digital assets and are listening to me, a lot of the people out there have only been here for a year or so. Many of us got in this back in 2013, and there are some who were actually involved in Bitcoin, where people gave them Bitcoin back in 2010 even. And so a lot of you have never really seen, you've heard rumors and actually heard about the gains that people have had and the different things that can happen in this space. But I don't know that anybody has gone and actually showed you the numbers. And this is the first site that I've ever found that has all of these numbers and in a way that can easily be presented to you. This is if you want to go check out this site, it's called cointimemachine.com. And I'm going to show you several things from this site today, because this is really fascinating. What you're looking at is the top 100 best cryptocurrency list, and they've broken it down by date. So in 2010, all you had was Bitcoin, and what it's showing you is that Bitcoin increased by 506% in the year of 2010. And so if you look here, they've even got a hypothetical start value. So if you had $1,000 that you invested, at the end of that year, you would have had $6,059 plus $5,059. But that just shows you 2010. Now remember, Bitcoin was the first digital asset to come about. So if you look at 2011, you still have just Bitcoin. This time, if you started with $1,000, it went up 1,474%. So if you started that year with $1,000, you had $15,740 at the end of the year. And then when we get to 2012, I think we might still be with just Bitcoin. But here's where it gets interesting. 2013 is when, and you'll see Bitcoin went up 156% in its third year. 2013, all of a sudden, altcoins began to show up. Now look at this. Look at the percentage gains when people started showing up and started realizing part of the reason I'm showing you this is that Wall Street is just about to start coming in 2019. They've heard the rumors. But when people begin to see these kind of things and what happens in this space, and the fact that it's a new asset class is the reason you're able to have these kind of crazy return numbers. And so it's important that everyone see this. You need to send this video around to your friends and family. Look, now a lot of these digital assets are going to disappear, but that's a good thing, because what's going to happen is, as a lot of the digital assets that are just either fraudulent or whether they're fraudulent or if they're just not built on any real utility that's going to happen, they're going to disappear. And what's going to happen to the money that was invested in those? It's all going to consolidate in the real digital assets, whether it's Bitcoin or XRP or Litecoin or Ethereum. Some of them that are going to survive, all of that money, not all, but a lot of that money is going to be consolidated into the good ones. So let's look around here. That's 2013. Quark did 28,722%. I don't even know if that coin is still in existence. But if you keep going down, I don't recognize a lot of these. Bitcoin went up 5,567% in that year. Litecoin went up 460%. Ripple went up 365%. This is the first year that Ripple comes on board and begins to be seen. in 2014. Look at these numbers. Again, many of these digital assets I don't even recognize. Looks like Stellar did 126% that year. Ripple did minus 9% that year. Now let's go and look at 2015. You can see that there's a lot of not a lot happens in some of these things. Okay, in this year, Bitcoin only went up 37%. Ripple went down 75% in this year, 2015. Let's skip 2016. Let's go to 2017. Look what happened. Ripple was fairly stagnant versus a lot of these digital assets. Look what happened in 2017. Ripple went up 36,018%. And are you noticing something else? All of the digital assets that performed better than Ripple, which there was only 4, this one's gone, I know for a fact. I don't hear about these hardly at all now. And you got Ripple there. What performed next? Stellar, which is a very similar tech to Ripple, 14,400 and some percent. And then you've got Ethereum, 9,162. So it's really crazy. Now let's fast forward to 2019 and see how things have done so far. Binance Coin is 369%, and you got these. But I wanted to show you, let's look back, 2017. This is what a real bull market looks like, folks. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be like this every time, but I'm saying it's going to be more than what you've seen so far in 2019. We haven't even begun to see a real bull run yet. When you see a real bull run, things are going to be crazy, and I think they're going to be crazier than this was. And the reason I think that there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason I think that is because this time, remember, in none of these years you're looking at so far did we have Wall Street. We didn't have Wall Street, and we did not have utility, and that is important. That is the most important part of this. Okay, now you can go and you can see how this works for the bad too. Let's go to let's pick a date. These are the top 100 worst performing cryptocurrencies in 2014. Now look, here's what's interesting, and let's look at these percentage losses that you see. 95. If you look, all of them are like 98% and this type of thing. Let me see if I can find a year where it's really bad, because I'm looking. I want to find a year that it's really bad. Now, what I see when I look at all of these down, are you noticing a pattern here? When you look at these numbers, you should be noticing, well, we got to go to 2000. Let's go to 2018 and see what we look like. Now, the pattern here, folks, is on the worst performing years. You're seeing numbers that go from anywhere from minus 40% all the way to minus 100%. But if you go back, remember this year, this is 2017. Ripple, like for instance this year, Ripple is down minus 98% or 95%. But in 2017, it went up 36,000%. Are you seeing what happens in digital assets? That is why this is the biggest no-brainer of no-brainers in the history of finance. And don't think that the people on Wall Street are not seeing what the good year numbers look like versus what the bad years. What you're talking about is thousands of percent up in the good years, and like minus 95 to 100% is the worst in a bad year. And that's the pattern that we've been seeing. Okay, let's go and see. Let's see. Here's cryptocurrency yearly high prices of. I'm just trying to show you a little bit more. The Bitcoin high of 2010 was 50 cents. I'm just going to pick some random years so we can look at some of these. 2014, Bitcoin's high was 1,017. Litecoin's high was 32. Let's see if I can see any more that are interesting. Nothing really interesting there. Let's go to 2017. That was a good year, wasn't it? If you look down this list, let's see if we can find Bitcoin Cash was as high as 4,355. I don't even remember Bitcoin Unlimited. But if you keep going, let's see if we see one that we know. I don't see. There's a bunch of random coins here, many of which probably don't even exist anymore. So we'll go on to the next. I wanted to show you a couple of other screens on this. This is what I wanted to show you. What you're looking at here is they've got a page on here, and you can let's see if I can see where it was. I think it's the converter, but anyway, no, maybe it's more. The savings plan calculator, or yeah, I think it's the savings plan calculator. But anyway, what you can do is, and I did it here. You can type in the amount. So in this case, I typed in what if you had invested $100? This is going to make you sick, by the way. What if you had invested $100 in Bitcoin on the 17th of July of 2010? What would your life look like now? Here's what it would look like. You would now have 2,019.8 Bitcoin, which are worth $19,516,015 US dollars. This is a profit of 19,515%. So your purchase price would have been 0.05 US dollars of Bitcoin per Bitcoin. Your annual return would be 285%. Let's see what else. That is just obscene. In your lifetime, have you ever heard of anything like bordering on this ever? And the answer is no. And you're not going to, except for people that have gotten involved in digital assets. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And tell your friends and family that if they had invested $100 in Bitcoin on the 17th of July, they would be, on the 17th of July 2010, they would be worth almost $20 million today. $100. Thanks for listening.